you?
What Speaking Freedom does online is provide general information for the culture to use to advance and improve. What we do privately is help individualize it for your needs and benefits. Grow with us.
We are kings, we are gods, but how you get them to believe it when they don't believe in anything? We're gonna save some lives in this lifetime. We haven't church in a while. Like God's doctor in the streets, the Holy Ghost used me to set them free. If love is the new religion, the hate is sinning, we stay winning. Just handling God's business, we ain't tripping. No bread to be dipping.
Cause we're speaking freedom, giving you the answers to be free.
We use the client to develop, to grow, and to bring out the best in themselves. We are simply a tool to help you learn how to make better decisions. Not just one decision, not just today, but for the rest of your life. Encouraging each person through each trial and tribulation.
Okay, so we're going to give you a little bit of part 2, chapter 2, section 2, or whatever.
Good for your soul. What you know is good for your mind. What you know is good for your body. Because once you begin to be able to submit to what's healthy for you, mentally, spiritually, financially, and physically, then you will be able to submit to someone who honors what's healthy to you. And whoever you begin to submit to when you're in a marriage or in a committed relationship, submission is not one-sided.
I didn't go this far. I was just trying to give you that one part, but here you go.
Relationship, submission is not one-sided. The woman doesn't just submit to the man has to submit to the woman.
Also, submission is dual. It's I submit to you, you submit to me, as we both are submitted to God. And then as we are submitted to God and each other, we are able to honor each other. We are able to respect each other. We are able to walk in alignment with each other. We are able to consider each other, because consideration in a marriage and or relationship, committed relationship, long-term relationship, leading to marriage, if marriage is what you believe in, because everybody does not believe in marriage. So I'm not going to act like if you ain't trying to get married, then something is wrong with you. That's not everybody's goal. Before God laid it back on my heart, marriage wasn't even something I would consider. When I say I wouldn't consider it, like, that's the last thing I wanted to do after getting a divorce. And it wasn't that I was bitter or hurt or anything else. It was just like, I don't want to say it's a waste of time, but finding the person that your soul aligns with, and finding, not saying that I'm going to look for a man, but being open, being ready, being available, being teachable, being coachable, being mentally prepared for someone. You have to find that alignment. You can't be, stuck somewhere thinking that it's going to find you. It's a mutual finding of a soul that matches yours, a soul that is ready and willing and able at the same level, at the same time, at the same speed that you are. And once you get to that place, then you're opening up that door for God to say, okay, you said you didn't want to, unless I showed you something that was worth submitting to. And if I can show you something worth submitting to, then you're willing to. And that's how God renewed my mind and changed my thought process about even considering being married. I mean, of course, it's guys that will ask, it's guys that will seem like they can play the part, but finding someone that's mentally stable, physically stable, financially stable, their soul is prosperous and aligned, They want some of, if not all of, the same exact things. They have a heart of compassion. They have a soul of readiness. For me, they have to have faith bigger, better, beyond mine. They have to have ambition and ambitious determination that is stronger, bolder, and, beyond mine. For me, I can't hand walk a man into loving me. For me, I can't hand walk a man into his faith. Now, there are times where you will inspire your spouse, your significant other, or whatever God has prepared for you to do better, be better, practice more, do more, seek more. But that has to be for me. I'm not going to say for you, because God might tell you to help your man do whatever he needs to do. As a single woman, God had to tell me, God had prepared me to where, for me, this person had to already be walking in alignment. He had to already be doing certain things. He had to already be mentally established in a certain way. He had to be somebody that I could listen to, that I wouldn't be mad if they told me to be quiet or shut up, or, you know what I'm saying, don't do this or don't do that. It had to be somebody that I respected more than I would be willing or ready to reject whatever they were saying. It had to be somebody that motivated me, that I admired, that I looked up to spiritually, that had some game that I felt like he could teach me. You know what I'm saying? For me, I have a strong personality. I have a large knowledge base on enough things to where I would intimidate a man that is not as knowledgeable as I am at this point in my life. It had to be someone, for me, like, my faith is so wild that it would scare a man to move the way that I be ready to move, based on what I believe that God is showing me, telling me, and preparing for me. So I have to be with somebody that can make bold faith moves. I have to be with somebody that's a visionary, that can see things before they happen and trust that God will align the things to ensure they happen. Like, so, because who I am is rare, finding somebody that can meet, match, or quote unquote compare to who I am in a man, and shit, it's hard to find it in a friend, let alone a man that's loyal, a man that can be faithful, a man with self-control. Self-control is faithfulness. If you can control yourself, if you can control your urges, then you can be faithful. So finding a man that could provide what I believe would be the king type of mind was probably the hardest thing for me personally. And that was the only way in my mind that I would even consider marrying. The love would have to be divine. It would have to be something that I felt like could be heaven on earth, and we could create the heaven on earth together without all of the struggling of just trying to get him to understand what I'm saying that I'm seeing, or what I'm believing, or the vision that I believe is purposed in my soul. Like, that part was like beyond me. And everybody don't have the wisdom, knowledge, strength, or understanding to walk the faith walk that God has for me. It's a lot of things that I say, that I do, who I am, that the average guy, they wouldn't be able to bear it, because not only am I going to walk in faith and test faith, I am going to test whoever it is that God places me with, and not in a bad way, but in order to sustain what God has placed on my life and over my life, they're going to have to be something really, really special. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've always known that the calling on my life was big. I've always felt that, especially now, I want to say more after I was in Iraq and somebody pronounced all those things over my life about how I would be helpful to women, how people would look up to me, how I had a mothering spirit, and it was just a whole bunch of blessings and a pronunciation of me being used greatly that made sense to me, especially after I got to knowing God personally. Like, I've always been different than everybody else as long as I can remember. Even, before everything with my mom, before I've always been the stand-up person that stood up for people, that spoke up, that had something to say, that called a spade, a diamond, a club, and a fry. So, for me, having the things that was pronounced over my life, it put me in the headspace to be a leader even before I was prepared to be a leader, even before I knew God. Like, I didn't buy my own first Bible until I was 21 and I moved to Atlanta, probably after the first time that I had gone to church. Before then, I didn't have my own Bible. Like, after my mom tried to kill me, I used to read the Bible, but that was a Bible that my cousin had at her house. And, but then I was learning the armor of God. I was learning how to use the word-based Bible to protect myself when people tried to attack me mentally and spiritually because of the things that happened that were beyond me. So I'm saying all of this to say, based on who I am, I knew that love had to be something special, that God had to make a way. I was not trying to get married. So everybody doesn't always want to be married. A lot of people try to make marriage is the ultimate goal for every woman and man, but it's a lot of women that ain't feeling the whole mindset of marriage because they may not. Now, I ain't gonna say that they don't, because I ain't talking to every woman, but a lot of women may not believe that a man can really undergird the mission in which they can submit to. Like, I've heard people say that, what is a woman going to submit to if you don't have a plan? But sometimes God won't give a man a plan until he has someone to run that plan with. You know what I'm saying? Like, it may not be, he may not see it all. You may not see it all. But when God places y'all together and y'all inspire each other, then that plan can open up and evolve. Submission is not a dirty word, because if you are submitting to God as a man and as a woman, then submitting to each other as in alignment to the submission to God, it will be easy. But it's only going to be easy if you marry someone, be with someone, align yourself with people in general that are on your level. I'm talking about friends. I'm talking about family. I'm talking about, your potential spouse. I didn't see it in me. I was like, yeah, nigga, I ain't never getting married again. And I was okay with it. I was okay still to this day if God said, you know what, maybe, yeah, I would still be okay with being in a committed relationship with someone that I could build with, grow with, and, develop something great with, and it not necessarily be marriage. But because I have all of these things. I have a list, and my list ain't like most people's list. because I have children, I need someone that has children, that not only has children, but honor their children, love their children, put their children before almost any and everything else with reason. God, there is sometimes where you may have to work, you may have to travel, you may have to do things, and your children are on the back burner as long as you are keeping connected, you're keeping, that contact, and you're making sure they are involved as much as possible. I want somebody that has been married before and is divorced, not married before, still married and trying to work on getting a divorce, but been divorced, been single for a while, and has learned and grown in their singleness. I wanted somebody that has, been around a block a time or two, because I don't want nobody that's still trying to learn who he is, or still trying to, ain't over his whole phase. Like, everybody got their whole phase, women and men included. Everybody, and not a whole phase, a phase where they are still looking. They're still around, They still willing to go out and, mingle or whatever. Like, I've never been a hoe. My whole phase would have been when I used to hang out with guys, when I used to befriend men, smoke their weed, and, drink and pop shit with them. But a lot of times, most times, people perceived that I was doing stuff that I wasn't doing because I was cool enough to ride, smoke, and get dropped the fuck back off with no sex attached. So, but you have to grow out of needing to be around the ballers. You have to grow out of wanting to be around where all the bitches is at. Unless that's your thing. Like, some people, that's just their thing. So whatever your thing is, you got to find the person that's into what you are into, because you are going to waste your time if you're trying to find somebody that doesn't align and you're trying to change their mind and make them do this and make them do that. Because if they're only doing it to please you and they haven't really grown out of it, child, I'm not gonna say that it won't work, but it won't be everything that it could flourish to be if you was with somebody that saw the things that you saw and liked the things that you liked and were into the things that you were into, and stuff like that. So so for me, it was certain things that I need. Gotta be a dad, gotta be a good dad, gotta be active, can't be got to be as peaceful and peaceable as possible with the child's parent, because some bitches, they just mean and hateful, and they're gonna do anything they can to make your life hard, and I understand that. So where those type of relationships were unmanageable, I'm not gonna fault a man as long as he's doing everything that he's supposed to be doing to the utmost of his ability to fight to be a part of his child's life. For me, that's powerful, that's strong. So, like, they had to at least have a home. They got to at least be working on their purpose, in their purpose, and doing their purpose way before they get to me. I ain't gonna say I don't want no friends that don't realize their purpose until they encounter me, but I definitely never wanted a man that, I just learned what I was supposed to be doing because I connected to you. No, because I don't want your purpose to be reliant upon me. Your purpose has to be, you were doing this before you even knew me, understood me, heard of me. You were already walking into who you're supposed to be. And just so happenly, I came along and things was like strong and we just aligned, and it just developed into something. Like, I believe certain things, I believe a certain way. I am an encouraging person. I am a nurturing person, but I don't want to have to encourage the person that I'm marrying so much to where they don't even, like, I can encourage them and then they still feel defeated. Like, no, I'm going to encourage you, But you got to know how to encourage yourself. You got to know how to build yourself up. You got to know how to, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are some things for me, what I need, he has to already come equipped to a certain extent. Now, I'm not saying that we're not going to get together and we're not going to become stronger. We're not going to become better. We're not going to, you know what I'm saying, do more. That he might not learn some new things and teach me some new things. But it's a difference between us learning and being able to teach each other things than me having to teach a man everything, or, you know, me trying to drag him along or pulling him, or even with him pulling me. I don't want nobody that feel like he got to pull me to be, you know what I'm saying, what he think I should be or what he want me to be. And I don't want nobody that's stupid in religion either. And when I say stupid in religion, somebody's just, oh, pastor said, or, you know what I'm saying, like, I need you to build your own personal relationship with God so that God can speak to you directly, tell you what he wants you to do right now in this time, because it's a lot of shit that's in the Bible that you can't do right now. But God might want you to go above and beyond anything that you can read in the Bible, because you have your own purpose that has been established for you to run with, walk with, and accomplish. And in order to do greater works than what God used Jesus for in the Bible, you have to be mentally open to more than what Jesus did in the Bible. We're supposed to go above and beyond, not get stifled at where he stopped in the Bible. So, saying that, I'm going to try to wrap this up because it wasn't supposed to be this long. But, okay, let me play this again.
Submission is not one-sided. The woman doesn't just submit to the man. The man has to submit to the woman just as much as she has to submit to him. And that's how they become connected and vulnerable with each other, so that they can communicate openly, so that you can have a freedom within the relationship. But once you begin to honor the certain qualities and the certain things about yourself, then you allow someone who honors those things about themselves, who puts their spiritual life before their money, who puts their purpose before money, who, you know, you need to begin to attract where you're at. And if you've been low before, as you begin to elevate in your mental capacity, in your spiritual capacity, in your financial capacity, in your physical capacity, you will begin to look at people different. You will begin to select different, not judge people. You will begin to embrace people and allow people into your life differently. Now, you will also reject people that's not meant to be in your life. And you cannot feel bad about things, people, places, events, whatever it is that you have to let go of in order to honor your higher self. Because as you begin to attract what's best for you, you will begin to attract people that honors what's best for you. And as you begin to attract the people that honors what's best for you, you will realize that they honor what's best for them. And if those things connect and align, then what's best for each other will help y'all grow together and better intertwine.
That is it. Have a great day and a great night.
Like I told you that God don't play about me. I seen a quote that said, God don't play about me. You don't play about me. You don't play about me, so you could play with me. When you play with me, you playing with God. Because he protects me. He loves me. He knows I love him back. So y'all could play.
Y'all think by doing all this shit behind the scenes and gathering together that y'all was gonna get rid of me, and somebody fucking lied.
Shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live what I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't
for joining Speaking Freedom as we continue to assist you with your daily growth and intuitive wisdom. Loving is a lifestyle and we love to love. Inspiration is how we fuel faith. Please join us daily for your inspiration and motivation.
We have the entire world to offer you at your fingertips. Your life enhancement coaching specialist. Thank you for choosing us to assist you in accomplishing your personal and professional goals. And have a beautiful day. In love, we trust. This is brought to you by Good Head Group, Love Gang and Speaking Freedom. We thank God for you, and we love you.